We did have a conversation about the advertisements today, and one of the things that was crucial for me to communicate was that we needed an integrated, coordinated approach with the provincial and the federal government. And one of the things that I heard Minister LeBlanc say is that for his side, he wanted an integrated approach between the federal and the provincial government. That means that going forward, we're going to ensure that our communications are in line. When the time comes to speak with Americans, we'll do it in partnership with the federal government. My belief is now that the province is not going it alone on softwood, that we have a strong partner here that's going to work with us to ensure that whatever the tactic is that's taken around negotiation with the Americans, whatever the tactic is that's taken around supporting workers and businesses, we're going to be doing it together. This is a shift in our policy in BC, and it's a recognition of the efforts that have been made, and I want to thank Minister LeBlanc, Minister Hodgson, Mr. Robertson for your leadership on this, and the Prime Minister, to come to the table, for us to sit down, be frank with each other about where we've been frustrated, where the opportunities are, and how we're going to work together going forward.
If I can get clarification then, so those ads are not going next month. And as my follow-up, BC Conservatives say that your government is a bit to blame for the current situation. It's pointing to red tape, policy decisions. It's pointing out that the BC did not hit its annual allowable cut last year, and it's on track to not hit it this year either. Response to criticism from the Conservatives.
Yeah, I think one of the big challenges we face in the softwood sector is something called timber that's economic to harvest. That is it cost effective for a company to be able to harvest a particular permitted stand of trees? That's a bit technical, but the challenges with the tariffs, and for just one example, one Canadian forest company operates in British Columbia, faced a 54% tariff. So when you have a 54% tariff at the border, the trees that it makes sense to move all the way into the mill to manufacture and then move to the United States, that group of trees shrinks, even if they're permitted, even if they're ready to go. We have, in Campbell River, for example, 3 million cubic meters of timber that's permitted, ready to go, but in the current economic situation with the United States, it doesn't make sense to harvest. So these are big challenges. We know also that we have to be faster on permitting, and we're doing that work as well. Tariffs of between 45 and 54% higher than what Russia faces to access the U.S. market, completely unfair, unjustified, and profoundly challenging for the sector. On the advertisements, we've committed to the federal government that when the time comes to be speaking directly to Americans, we'll do it in partnership with them. We will not be running the ads by ourselves. We'll make sure that we're in line with strategy going forward. And that is a recognition on our part of the efforts that were made today around the table for us to work together as a team, integrated provincial and federal government, with our table, focusing on the future of the industry, how we reduce our dependence on the United States, and the present of the industry, how we support those workers and businesses to be able to survive and ultimately to thrive in a new environment.